they lack the social skills, and that's really where game is at right now. And so I made sure that I introduced that in the introduction of the player's handbook, because game it's social skills. It's a social skill
100%.
set is what it is. So it's not even just about so much like talking, I mean, obviously guys want to talk to women and be good conversationalists, but as you were saying before, it teaches you other skills so you can get a job. So you can like talk to, a police officer, so you can talk to your family, whatever it is, just so that you have those social skills. And I think that one of the things that's happened really for the, the Generation Z, the Zoomers, right, is that because they've been acculturated and brought up behind a screen, they don't have that immersion anymore, so that they're learning those social skills that you would necessarily pick up from previous generations. So when he's talking about like how people think that it's ridiculous to talk about like neg hits or like amuse mastery or some of these old school principles, that was one of the motivations, the incentives for me to write the 5th book, because I wanted to let people know that there's a lot of psychology that's behind all of this. That seems like, oh, it's ridiculous. Well, that would never work on me. No, it would work on you, and here's why it would work on you, because there's psychological principles that are behind that. You just don't have those skills. So like when you were talking about how you guys have been on these shows and you're better speakers, you're better able to interact publicly. I'm a better speaker, a better public speaker today than I was when I was working with Pat Campbell back in 2018. And he was my mentor, right? So I learned a lot along the way. Yeah, rest in peace. I learned a lot from him. And so like I knew all the red pill stuff. I had it all down, how to deliver it and how to be a good conversation, how to tell stories about it. Because storytelling is a human need. Like we need to hear stories from people. We need to, that's how we understand like our surroundings. We pass on them for how we've done it, throughout history.
It's how people were entertained before TV and books
it's also it's also how we taught the next generation what we knew from the previous generation as well. So we would have these, folk tales and everything else, or it could be just cave drawings, like here's how we killed the woolly mammoth.
Even in the Bible, that parables to display certain things you want to learn.
Storytelling is like part of human nature. And if you are unable to do that, or if you're unable to be entertaining, but if you're unable to at least be a good conversationalist, because that's really all social skills you rely on, is really being able to tell stories really well and to tell them accurately, quickly, concisely. But there's actually storytelling competitions. Like it's almost like, cowboy poetry, but it's like storytelling jams. And you have between 8 and 12 minutes to tell a story. And then the audience judges you, and then they have like a panel of like 6 judges who will say who's the best storyteller.
Wow.
And it's you, and there's a process to it. There's like, it's layered on, like here's what usually works. It's got to be funny, but if it's funny, it's got to be sad, and if it's sad, then it's got to be funny kind of thing. So there's this ups and downs that go along with it. There's almost a science to telling a good story. And doesn't necessarily have to be about you personally. It could be about giving a sales dissertation or something like that, but you just have to be able to deliver information in an entertaining way that sticks with people, and it's usually through storytelling.